Welcome to Everything Life and Real Estate. Let's get started with our hosts, Linda McKissack and Dana Gentry.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Everything Life and Real Estate. I'm Linda McKissack.
And I'm Dana Gentry.
Hey, Dana. How are you? Where are you?
I'm good. I'm back in Charleston finally. I haven't been here for like 2.5 weeks. I got moved in Kentucky, went to the lake for 4th of July for a week, and then back in Charleston now, but only for a few days because you and I both are heading to Austin next week.
Yep. And I am in Montana putting our house all back together. It's finally coming together.
I'm so obsessed. Do you love it?
It's awesome. Yes. Yes.
I know I told you this, but I told Adam, I said, I feel like she might be like, Texas, what? Like, I'm never going back.
Yeah, it's pretty tempting. The weather's beautiful. We sit outside. Our doors all fold all the way open. So we've just had them open every night. We've seen a bear like 3 times come up to the house. We've seen tons of deer. It's gorgeous. And, Texas is so hot right now. So, yeah, this is the place to be.
Yesterday, it was a heat index of 114 in Charleston. I mean, it was miserable yesterday.
Yeah.
So miserable.
I find all I want to do when I'm somewhere like that is just sit under the air conditioning. And that's so miserable. You feel awful. You feel blah. It's just, I don't like it.
And I hate it for the dogs because they're used to like going to the dog park and going outside. And I mean, it's just too hot to even do anything. But I have to tell you something that just happened. I was running a little bit late because I had a hectic morning. But when I took the culture role with KW and I called Mo and I said, was there anything that you didn't get to do that you like wanted to accomplish or do throughout the company? And she said, yes, there's one big thing. I always wanted to have a mastermind group for all of the culture ambassadors, KW Cares representatives, like anybody that's a cultural ambassador, KW Cares ambassador, or culture icon. But we've just never been able to get the full list. We've never been able to make it happen. So with the help of a lot of people from KWRI and my friend Jose Fernandez, today we had the first one and we had almost 100 people show up on the Zoom for the mastermind.
That's awesome.
It was incredible. We had several little guest speakers, and Sean Nepstead, who's going to speak at Mega Camp, hopped on to give like a little 20-minute sneak peek and he just crushed it. And it was so good. And I was just so pleased. So everyone was like, the energy was great. And so we're going to do them every month and then meet in person at Family Reunion and Mega Camp. But I just texted Mo and I'm like, mission accomplished.
I'm so excited about that, Dana, because I bet you some amazing cultural ideas are going to come from there. When you start putting people who naturally gravitate to culture and community, I can't even imagine what kind of great ideas are going to come out of that mastermind.
Yeah, I'm pumped about it. And just to be able to pour into those people too, because a lot of them give and give and give and give.
Yes.
And so part of it, I shared my vision around it is just to pour back into them too, and to figure out ways that they can go be culture carriers out even more. Like, how can they carry the culture out even more? Because one thing that Sean said, I wanted to tell you, I loved this. He said, people produce the fruit of whatever they are connected to. And he said, you'll never find that that's not true. Like you produce the fruit of what you're connected to. And so he said, you can't give people a diluted version of culture. They have to be connected to culture people and culture icons and the culture ways. And then they go out and carry it and it doesn't get diluted and watered down. It was just so good. It was so good.
That's exciting. I can't wait to see what all comes from.
Accomplish something that, you worked 6 months to put into fruition. I was like, yay, we did it.
Yeah, so true. That's awesome. I'm sure Mo will be so proud.
I know. I can't wait. I hope so. I think she will be too. So good. So good. Well, today we were going to go over, you want to do the lessons first? We're going to do, or you want to do catch up?
Let's do catch up. We'll do catch up first.
Yeah. That makes sense because we're already catching up. Well, first thing we have to talk about is the Yap challenge that we both signed up for. I'm a little behind.
I am too.
But you know what? I'm sure our listeners probably know because you got to pretty much be living under a rock to not know about Jessie Jean's Yap challenge on it. I mean, it has gone viral. The girl made $6.3 million off of a $297 challenge in about a 4-week time frame. and it's all about yapping on video. I mean, just getting on and talking and telling, a purposeful story or, whatever on video on Instagram. And it's so crazy. I've had so many thoughts around this, and Adam is going through it, and he's actually doing really good. He posted his first Yap video yesterday, and within like 45 minutes, it had 2,000 views. I mean,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, and he did exactly what she said. And I said, it's so good. And he said, what made it good? And I said, you were just real. And he was talking about how a lot of times people get in these, successful roles, and they get attached to the role, and then they don't want to, like, they kind of lose their identity. I mean, like what he was saying, what he was yapping about, so many people can relate to. You'll have to go watch it. But I thought it is wild because sometimes I think, I don't know, this is actually something good to talk about, but we're so like think bigger and bigger and bigger, which is so awesome. But, and like the simplest of things are like, I think it still comes back to the simplifying of stuff, because it's like the simple things. Like, instead of telling people how to go make $6 million and have this big, she literally tells you how to talk on your camera on your iPhone and post it on Instagram, and it went viral. Like, it worked.
And I always kind of try to figure out what's the backside of what's happening or why this is working. And you're totally right. It's real simple. It's something everybody was getting stuck on, but everyone knew they needed to do. And I kind of wrote down a couple of things about it. One, it's like she forces you to focus on something that you've been needing to focus on. And now you've paid money, and people who pay money pay attention.
Yep.
So you've paid money, you're going to pay attention, and now you're going to focus on it. And that's number one. Number two, everybody gets stuck on the how. Yeah. And she goes through and takes you step by step on the how. And, my aha, because I have watched some of the videos, I'm a little behind myself, but my aha was, okay, until you have clarity around certain things, you're not going to move. And like, I was sitting there going, I don't even know the difference between a carousel, all the things.
Yeah.
But it gave me a starting place to go, okay, help me. Because once my brain understands something, the ideas just come.
Yeah.
But if I'm ever not getting ideas, it's because I'm stuck somewhere. Right.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've noticed about what she does. It's not genius stuff. It's not stuff that's super complicated. No. It's just, if you look at it as a whole, it's very complicated to most people. Yeah. But she breaks it down to the simple thing. And I think that really helps people, one, because they've paid, now they're going to pay attention, and it forces them to focus on something that they just haven't focused on at all.
Yeah. It's yesterday I had a coaching call with my social media strategist, Tyler Mount, and he said, we were looking at stuff I'd posted, and I had been out of town and all that. And he said, the stuff you're posting is too text heavy. Like, get out of Canva. Instead of posting a picture, or instead of posting a graphic that you made in Canva that has all the places you're going to be over the next 4 weeks speaking, I would have rathered you have gotten your microphone, got on camera, and said, this is my homework. I have to post this video today by the end of the day. But he said, I'd rather you've gotten on camera and just said, I know people think that my schedule is crazy, and sometimes I even think it is, but then I look back and think, like, 5 years ago, this is actually what I prayed for to be happening, to make an impact, and now it's happening. And by the way, I'm going to be in, Austin and Maryland and San Antonio and wherever. So if you're in any of those cities, I'd love to connect, or whatever. And then have the text heavy graphic next on the carousel, on the swipe over. And he said it works because people they want to hear you talk. They want to see that what you're doing. They want to see what your new remodel looks like. And it's all those things. Mm-hmm. And I struggle with him because I said, well, how does that relate to business? And he said, but you're missing the whole thing. Like, they're not going to get in business with you until they see your life and want to trust you and, know that you have similar values and all those things, which is so true. And I know that. It's just remembering that, when you're posting, Betty. I think that's Betty.
Yeah, she's back there somewhere. She's getting in my podcast.
I love it. Look, now she's ducking. Hi, Betty. Oh, you have your earbuds in. Hilarious. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like little things like that. But I think about some of these people that are I mean, they're having big, huge businesses, and things are rolling and things are going great. But man, they figured out a way to make it work, that they're going to do it. And it was stupid because he said yesterday, "Why didn't you just do the video?" And I said, to be honest, because I don't know how to work the little stupid microphone that everybody holds. I need to charge it. I need to hook it to my phone. I don't know how to Bluetooth it. And he's like, "Dana, oh my gosh, just, get it done. Get somebody to do it for you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
And you make a good point there. I think part of our problem is I'm a very direct, to the point kind of person.
Yep.
And I don't want to, wasting my time is like number one thing
Yeah.
for when you're a high driver. So I think we have to get out of the mode of, why would people even want to see that? And I'm getting better to now notice when I miss a moment. Like the other night, we had 20 people. We hosted 20 people here for our very first get together. It was beautiful. Everything flowed beautiful. Everybody had such a great time. I'm like, do I have one single picture? No, not one. Because my brain's not thinking, my brain's thinking, and yet I'm thinking, well, I would like to see that from somebody else. You know what I mean? So it really gets hard to put your mind around. I want to teach people something. I want to give them something that they can use. But I think he's so right. You got to do some of the lifestyle stuff so that they get to see that you're human and you're a person. And
so funny. This is such a squirrel, but I just watched, it popped up, but Carrie Underwood did a video, and she's been canning, like obsessed with
yeah.
Oh my God. She has this beautiful canning room, and she did this video of her whole canning room, and it was like salsa and this and that, and she was like, and I watched like the whole 6 minutes of it. Like I was into the whole thing. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then at the end she said, "I don't know if you guys like this or not. These are the videos I like to watch, so I just wanted to post it." And I thought, I just sat here and watched 6 minutes of what she canned over the weekend, like, because it did interest me. So I do think sometimes, like, we think that it's not going to be a big deal, but other people do want to see that stuff.
I totally agree. Yeah. Yeah. I think because number one, I would like to see, oh, that's a cool room. Do I have a room like that? Or do I have a room that I could make more efficient and do something cool in it? So, I mean, yeah, I guess we just need to change our brain into thinking, don't try to guess or think that people wouldn't be interested. Just try some things and see what people are interested in.
Yeah, totally. Well, one of the things we talked about that I thought might be good to just touch on this episode is I cannot believe it, but we're in July. And the year is halfway over, which is just crazy to me. But I find myself, I just had this conversation with Terry, my other coach. I have a lot of coaches going on right now, but, um, it's like it goes so quick, and then you look up and you're like, wait a minute. Like, are we on track? Are we way off the track? And so I think it's good to just have a reminder of, maybe if you haven't looked at your goals, I mean, it's game time. Like, we're halfway through the year. And really what, like, my coach was asking me, what do you need to do now that's going to show up and to make you have a strong Q3 and Q4? Because technically we're already in it.
And I would even say a bigger vision to look at is, what do I want my life to be about? What do I want it to look like? What do I want all of these goals that I hit to actually produce?
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes we just need to make sure we're on target for the stuff that really matters instead of, it's a lot of what I'm teaching in my 10X challenge group right now. It's easier to start to continue to work on the 2X things than it is to make sure that you're working on the 10X things, right? Yeah. Because they're going to scream your name the loudest. They're going to be, the fires you have to put out.
I was just about to say they're the fires. I found myself this week focusing on little fires instead of this big 10X big partnership that I need to be focusing on in Columbus. I'm focusing on these little things, and it's just, it happens. It's frustrating.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's easier, right? But if you're not continually revising and looking at it and reviewing, how are you doing on it? Half the year's gone and you don't even know if you've gotten close, or you're going to, do like last year and have a lot of things that didn't get accomplished, or totally still be off target for what you really, really want anyway.
Yep. Yeah, totally. Yeah. One thing I was thinking of too, and I know reviewing the goals is important, but just being able to have the accountability to have the conversations with other people too. I mean, I'm going to go back next, let's see, yeah, end of next week, beginning of the next week with our teams and our offices, and really review every single goal in our GPS that we set for the year. Because if you're at the, if you're midway through, if you're ahead, awesome. If you're on track, great. But if you're behind, like, it reminded me of what Gary always says, you can take your eye off of the goals for a day, maybe for a week, but if you take them off for a month, like, it's very hard to get caught back up.
Yeah, so true. I was thinking the other day, we were kind of sitting around having a deeper conversation, which nobody schedules or does enough of. But what the ideas I got from, okay, here are some people I need to reach out to. Here are some people I need to go to dinner with, just from sitting down, asking myself really deep questions. Like, if this is the goal, let's say in our situation, we were thinking, okay, here's the cash flow goals that we have. What are the levers that you can pull that'll make the biggest difference? And just by sitting around talking about that, you come back to say, sometimes the things that are the biggest levers we get bored with, and we start wanting to look for something new and a new idea instead of pulling the levers that we already know create the things we really want.
So would some of the levers be like whose?
Market centers, quite honestly. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like when you really think about cash flow opportunities, and we've done a lot of that, trying to, forecast and think through everything. And when we sit and think, okay, what have been the biggest cash flow opportunities that we've had? Well, one of them is, quite honestly, is market centers. Yeah. And you've listened to some people grumble and do all these things for a while, and it really messes with your head.
Yeah.
And the truth is, we've got some that throw off great money. And to be honest with you, think of how much effort has that taken from me lately. Mm-hmm. And so what my idea was from it is, who is talent out there that would be the next likely opportunity for them? We have the money and the expertise.
Yeah.
Why are we not out looking for those people? And so I immediately made a list of people to call and go have dinner with.
Yeah, I love it. It is wild. I know that there are some areas where maybe are a little bit slower, but I was so proud. I mean, our small but mighty office in Kentucky, we had our highest profit in company dollar month in June that we've ever had since we opened the doors 8 years ago. Second highest was May.
Yeah. So, and if you sit around and listen to naysayers, they're going to cost you, that opportunity. Or if you've had a bad experience with one or with some people in one or whatever, it's going to cost you that opportunity.
Yeah, totally. But as far as cash flow, I mean, that is one of the best ones, if not the best.
Trust me. I mean, when you actually write on a whiteboard, what are the options for me to make more money or to make more money passively? And you write those on a board, you show me some that are better than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That don't take millions, and even millions and millions of dollars won't produce.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. Well, that's a great thing. I mean, now that we're talking about mid-year, that's a great thing. I mean, really, that's giving me the idea, Adam, and I need to sit down mid-year and say, okay, if this is our monthly passive income goal, what do we need to look at to make sure that we're getting there?
Well, and you think about it, what we tend to focus on is the struggle. But when you think about the ones you have that you have the right people in and how much effort it's now taking from you. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to focus on the struggle part of it, or do you want to focus on this part of it? Because we think about Flower Mound, how long we've had Flower Mound and how much money it's made us, and how, how little effort it takes if you have the right people.
Yeah.
And so it was a huge aha for me to sit and think, okay, wait a minute, am I bored with this, or am I just not focusing, or have I let a few bad voices taint my view on it? When I sit and rank everything, it's right up there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah. I agree, but it's a great exercise for people to do, is to really go look at what's
bringing. Well, and remember, we've talked about before, when you think about opportunities, there's super big ones are very, 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 very few. Yeah. And then you look at the next tier and you say, okay, yeah, there's this many, but they're still limited also.
Yeah.
And then you think about selling real estate, it's unlimited, means anybody can do it and everybody can do it, but the effort is a lot harder.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and so I think we just lose sight of until you actually actively start looking for income streams, you don't appreciate what's right under your nose,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know? So that was a big aha for me. So I made my list, and I'm just going to start looking for talented people who, they would be the perfect fit for this kind of opportunity, and try to
Yep.
put some together.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity out there too right now. A lot of people are wanting to do different things, and it's a lot of opportunity.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Anything else you would think on for just mid-year and people kind of getting like resituated with their goals?
Yeah, I mean, I just would, of course, I've been on this big stick of the cost of comfort and complacency lately. I mean, I just think sitting down and asking yourself, what is good enough costing you,
Yeah.
and what if you went for bigger goals on the last half? What if you went for things that feel impossible? I
Yeah.
think your energy would come back. I think you would think bigger, and your brain would go to work to try to find pathways, because you would add that extra pressure to your
Yeah.
life that's really needed. The
Yeah.
problem is we don't have that added pressure unless something happens, right? And you don't want to wait for that. You want to figure out how to inflict it yourself, so that all of a sudden your brain has to go to work and start solving problems, because they're bigger problems,
That's right.
and
Yeah.
they're bigger challenges, and they're bigger opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's so good. I love that. I'm just trying to constantly think about that. Because it does just change the way you think about things. I mean, it really does force you to think. Forces you to think outside of the box.
Yeah, totally. I tell you, just the commitment last year to do this 10X challenge with people has forced me to think in ways I've never thought of before. It wakes me up in the middle of the night. I'm trying to figure out how to solve this challenge, and to help other people. And I see the fruits of it, which reminds me, I got to tell you this great story. We have a girl in our Oklahoma region. Her name is Carol, and she just went through the challenge. And just when you kind of think, oh, is this even working? Or you kind of get in a low spot on something that you're a big goal that you're working towards. She reaches out to me and she says, I sent you this email, and it got lost in my spam. So she said, I wanted to reach out to you because I wanted you to hear this. She said, I got so inspired from the last challenge that I went for something big that I'd been wanting to do forever, but I kept thinking her husband was going to get a job, and he didn't get a job. He kept getting these, this is the way God works. He kept getting these rejections, and
Yep.
he's
Yep.
very employable, but for some reason the doors kept closing. And so she took the challenge. I think it might've been her second time to take the challenge. And she said, I just said, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to believe that if I go for something bigger. And she does this thing called bin sales. I don't even know what they are. And I thought I knew every sale. Right. Do you know what bin sales are?
No.
Apparently Target, Amazon, Home Depot, all those people have things that just don't sell, and they package them in big bins and they send them to people to have a big box store, and you sell them.
Never heard of it.
Me either. How can we not have heard of it? We thought we heard of all the sales. But anyway, so I had her explain it to me. She said, yeah. So she's opening her first bin store.
Wow.
And so that's what her husband's going to do now. He's going to run the operations of this bin store. So Amazon, Walmart, Target. And part of the challenge is you got to understand that sometimes, you're just one great person away, right? You're looking for that perfect who. So she just kept bugging this guy that had some successful bin stores and just wouldn't let up. And he finally said yes. So he's going to teach her everything she needs to know. She's opening her first store. I mean, I got chill bumps listening to her, Dana. And I told her, I said, just like you listened to confirmation from God, you're giving me confirmation from God, because I had a low day thinking, what am I thinking? Is this working? And so just to get that, and she said, I've got chill bumps. And I said, you're giving me chill bumps to think that,
Yeah.
that you actually went for it, and look what happened. So it's super exciting, but she's so pumped and so excited because she solved several problems. But here's the thing. If she hadn't given her brain that really hard challenge,
Yeah.
she wouldn't have solved anything. Her husband wouldn't have an opportunity. She wouldn't have gone for something that she'd been dreaming of going for, and she was going to wait till he got a job and do it.
Wow.
It was beautiful. It was honestly, she called me yesterday, and I'm like, Carol, I'm so happy you called me today. You're just exactly what I needed. But it's the same thing everybody should do. It's mid-year. What's something that's so big that you get uncomfortable even saying it out loud?
Yeah.
And just commit to it between now and the end of the year and see what happens.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I love it. Oh, that's a great story. It really is. It's the perfect time of year to do it. I mean, just figuring out what you can do by the end of the year that's really big.
Yeah. Yep.
Love it.
All right. Well, good catch up. We'll see you in Austin next week. Remember,
Yeah.
if you have not hit the subscribe button, please go ahead and do that now. And the greatest compliment you can pay Dana and I is two things. One, pass this podcast along to anyone that you think would love these conversations. And number two, give us a great review so that people who don't know about the podcast can find it. And if you have a challenge, an opportunity, a guest, or a question, be sure and submit it to us at info@everything life and real estate. And Dana, I'll see you in Austin next week.
Sounds good. See you then.
Be sure to subscribe for more business strategies and tactics to inspire you to live an abundant real estate life. Don't forget to rate and review so we can bring you the best content. Find this and other valuable information at everythinglifeandrealestate.com.